Welcome to Level 2 Rhythm, a part of my 5-minute piano theory series. If you need a review of the note and rest values, I encourage you to watch Level 1 Rhythm first. But if you've already mastered those, then you're in the right place. So here we go. Hopefully you recall this chart from Level 1 Rhythm, where I asked you to memorize the first 4 note values. Today we'll focus on eighth notes. If you recall our pie analogy, where each quarter slice was 1 beat, an eighth note, 1/8 of the pie, was half of a beat. That is why we most often see eighth notes being together in pairs like this, because together they equal 1 whole beat. And remember that a dot adds half of the value of the note. In Level 1, we focused on the dotted half note, which gets 3 beats. In this video, we'll focus on the dotted quarter note, which gets 1.5 beats. We'll use our pie analogy once again to explain the value of dotted quarter notes. They're often paired with eighth notes because together they equal 2 beats. We would count that 1 and 2 and. Let me demonstrate that with the pie, first with eighth notes. This pair of eighth notes gets 1 beat and this pair also gets 1 beat. We would count that 1 and 2 and. See how that works? So here's our dotted quarter note and eighth note pairing again. We would also count this 1 and 2 and. But notice that the dotted quarter note gets the 1 and 2, the eighth note simply gets the last and. At this time, you may pause the video to complete practice exercise number 1. Let's use a piece in 4/4 time to practice counting. There are 4 beats in each measure. Remember all of our note values. This starts on middle C for the right hand and bass C for the left hand if you'd like to play along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. In music, a tie ties together 2 notes so they are held for their combined value. A tie must go to the same note. If the notes are different, it's not a tie. And hopefully you recall the rests we talked about in Level 1. These will appear in our next example in 3/4 time. Pause the video to complete practice exercise number 2, because in a moment I will be giving away the answer. Spoiler alert, here is the answer to practice number 2. This one starts on treble C, if you'd like to play along, and left hand starts on the A below middle C. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And did you find the ties? Our new time signature is 2/4 time. There are 2 beats in each measure, and the quarter note still gets 1 beat. One other note, it is helpful to keep the beat going by saying all of the ands as you're counting. So if you had this rhythm, it may be tempting to only say the ands when there are eighth notes, but we will know exactly how long to hold the longer notes if we count like this. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Here's our last example, 2/4 time signature. It's in the C5 finger scale if you've been watching my 5-minute piano technique videos as well. And here are the starting pitches for left hand and right hand. 1 and 2 and 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 1 and 2 and. Go ahead and complete practice exercise number 3. Did that all make sense? Was it easy to count? Don't worry if you weren't able to play along just yet. Let me know what rhythm challenges you face in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to see all the latest theory and other 5-minute piano videos. Up next is Level 2 Scales. I'll see you there.